Right. Obviously not fully prepared, but I'm more prepared than usual, so I am happy about that. Still just need to check if I can hear myself. I'm a bit slow on that end. Bear with me. I literally was saying to myself, oh yeah, I need to do it. And then I was like, oh, what's the time? And then I was like, oh, okay, it's time to go on. Okay. Right. Just mute that. Okay, so without further ado, we started quicker today, so I'm happy about that. Welcome to my channel. My name is KelitaSahliah. For those who are new, for whenever people are watching this, and yeah, on my channel I share my perspective and my lens on how I view reality, our realm that we share together collectively. So this is Remember the Sky. So I see astrology in a different way. Like, how can I put it? I don't see it in a different way. I view what's actually happening above our head as astrology. So one day, basically, a little backstory of me. Look at this. Look how I'm coming on here. A little backstory. Basically, I was looking, when I found out about, oh, you can look and see the positioning of the planets in the sky. Once I'd found out about that, I oh, what did I do? I downloaded the app and I was like, oh, okay, if that's meant to be. Are you okay?
Medical machinery work.
Okay. So, anyway, sorry, that just threw me off guard. But anyway, yeah, long story short, I realized that what was happening in the sky wasn't what mainstream astrology was saying, basically. So, I yeah. Yeah. So basically, can you tell I'm nervous? What's the sound though? You know, when I'm just like, what's happened? Has something happened? But I don't know. So yeah. So anyway, let's get back into this week's transits. I am going to post it on a new Instagram, by the way. I'm going to post it on a new Instagram. It's called remember.the_sky. So I'll link it down below, where I'm going to post all of the transits with a mini breakdown, because I'm going to do that because there's not enough room on the YouTube community. So I'll do a post there with a link to that Instagram as well. And I've switched it up because I just want to keep it monotone. I want to keep it the same, whereas like my other Instagram, the Into Me Intimacy one, that's more about my intimate life, and I want to share more things on that, whereas Remember the Sky is literally just about the sky. Like, we're looking at the sky right now. So I'll link all of that there. So if you ever want to just have a quick mini breakdown, you can go there, or you can re-watch this video and watch the timestamps if you'd like, because it will be timestamped, so you can come back to it easy. So I've got my board this time as well, but it really can't be seen, and I don't know what to do. Like, that's the most I can do, really. But you can kind of see, I'll say it anyway. So on the 13th, we'll start now. On the 13th, we have the sun in Libra, The moon will be in Gemini. Mercury is in Libra. Venus in Libra. Mars in Taurus. Jupiter in Pisces. Uranus in Aries. This is retrograding, by the way. Mars is retrograding. Uranus in Neptune in Aquarius, and Pluto in Sagittarius. So remember, Aries is retrograding, and I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so they're the planets there. They're not moving anytime soon, basically. So I wanted to stick on the moon, of course, and the transiting planet. So the planet that's transiting is Mercury on the 17th. So on the 17th, that's going into Scorpio. Mercury. So what this is telling me, so imagine now we've just gone through eclipse season. We've gone through eclipse season, and eclipse season is kind of like, it can be like a flip of the switch type of thing, and like a flip of the switch, and essentially it's either you're being propelled in the direction of what you choose to experience, what you choose to intend to experience in our realm, or you spiral down, like it's one or the other, but you're being propelled. Yeah, or you can spiral down or up, essentially. So we're at a turning point here, and now Mercury, the messenger, the god is like God's messenger, Mercury. It's going to enter Scorpio on the 17th. So I see that personally as, okay, now from Libra season, we have figured out what we've wanted. Essentially, we've seen our etheric ideas and we want to level it out. And now that we know this, the communication style and everything will be in a way that will... Scorpio is like a death and rebirth. It's ruled by Pluto. So in essence, Pluto's a planet that truly desires to give you what you want. That's what Pluto wants to do. So Scorpio's ruled by that. But in order to obviously give you what you want, there needs to be a death and rebirth. So Mercury, your communication style, travel as well, everything that Mercury rules, will be heading in a death and rebirth style, basically. So I'd say pay attention to what you communicate, what you talk about, where you intend to go and travel to, because essentially that could indicate what you want to experience, like truly. And in order to kind of get to that, a letting go, a falling away of the old, a death has to happen. So from this eclipse season being in Libra, past relationships have been popping up. Have past relationships popped up for you? So now it's like a case of, oh, they've popped up, and you're realizing in this propelling of either spiraling up and out or down and low, what will benefit you and what you really need to shed and let go of, as Scorpio does. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that, with Mercury heading into Libra. And then following the moon, now we're touching on the moon and Lilith. That's what we're going to go through now. So it's a weaning moon, weaning or waxing. It's the one that's going away. So essentially, our emotions may slow down. That's how I say our emotions may slow down. We'll be thinking a bit more like logically now, like, okay, I can see how I can get this done. You had all of this emotion, like, oh, getting these ideas, and now it's narrowing down, because you're becoming more logical, more reasonable, because it's fading away. So on the, can you see this? On the, I have to pull it forward for this. I have to move like that. On the 14th, bear in mind we're all Libra energy right now still, because our soul, our ego is operating through Libra. So depending on like all your placements, like where you are, your angles are, things will just be more potent or less potent for you, essentially, in terms of the general energies. But we're operating, ego is operating through Libra, which is balance. You're aiming to get the balance, basically. So through operating through Libra, the moon transits Cancer. Not the best at drawing Cancer on the 14th. Can you see that? So the moon transits Cancer on the 14th. So yeah, for me, Cancers are very, they they're very gentle-hearted and soft-hearted, but they can put up this just defensive shell, which is just like, come on guys, come on, it's not necessary. But anyway, the moon being in that, you may just be feeling very defensive in thinking about relationships that have happened, or you just may be very defensive up on your part, basically. Any situations that's recently come up, I see that happening for me, because something's happened and I'm just like, I know I've not fully thought it through. So if that comes up, then I wouldn't be surprised. The 16th, the moon is going through Leo. So Leo, did I not block these? I genuinely thought, I don't remember if I might not replay this chat. Sorry, I've stopped in the middle of this. It'll be time-stamped anyway, so I'll just get rid of this. It's fine. There's me thinking, it's like, someone come to chat to me. No, sir. No, sir, just stupidness. So, anyway, it's going into Leo on the 16th. Now, Leo, I see, is ruled by the sun. So you've got your ego, the sun, operating through Libra, and the planet, the moon, is ruling the planet that is passing through, the constellation that is passing through Leo. And I see Leo as the heart, like the heart chakra, basically, earth, the heart on your sleeve type of thing. So I'm generally seeing probably emotions around, oh, what's a Leo, like prideful, like your image, how you are, like your true identity from the heart. You may be, emotions may come up around that area, quite possibly. I see all this stuff. Link it into however you see and however you decode this information. Like, you can see in so many ways, but getting through it quickly though. Obviously now the moon then entering into Virgo on the 19th. So what I'm seeing is Virgo, you're now in the mode, your energy is now being moved in a mode to start looking at the details a bit more. So from possibly being defensive about what's come up in the Libra energy, trying to get balance in Cancer, you then not defending yourself, you then say like, nah, this is just me, it's who I am, you know. And then of course going into Virgo, you're now analyzing. So now you're now ready to just see your role in it all, basically, or whatever it could be. It could be, I'm talking from the perspective of relationships because that's what's come up for me, but link it into obviously what's come up for you. And then on the 16th now, Lilith enters Leo as well. So again, because I see that as Leo, it's like your heart, the heart center, heart chakra type of thing, the earth, the sun, the solar power. Lilith being the one that is suppressed and hidden. It may be more difficult, or more challenges may come up around what you truly want to do and be, and you're like your heart on your sleeve type of person, that part of you. It may be more challenging because Lilith, it's suppressed, isn't it? This is gonna fall. Lilith is suppressed. So yeah, a challenging situation may come up. Like, don't be surprised. And of course, I don't talk about the oppositions because I just don't. I just don't. I generally just see it as like, pay attention to how you feel in that moment in time. How do you feel? Is this really kind of scraping against who you are? Is it feeling that challenging? Or is it like, oh, whoa, this is flowing easy? That's how I kind of see it, really. Just kind of pay attention to that. To make it a bit more simple. So, but of course, if you know your own oppositions, like, okay, yeah, this is opposite this, or this is sextans this, or this is square this, then by all means, you know it. But essentially, that is it. So it's a slower month. Next week it's getting close. No, next week is getting more juicy. It's getting more juicy because from the death, there's the transmutation to experience the higher planes of your intended reality, which is beginning from the 19th of November onward. Okay, so yeah, that is it. Obviously, there's no one up in the place. So, oh my days. Hopefully these things delete in the chat. I just saw it over there. But that is it. I hope this is seen enough anyway. I think I just need a bigger pen. For anyone watching this in the future, I've got a lot upcoming because I like to go through this because I generally feel that I naturally go by this, if you know what I mean, rather than mainstream astrology. There was times it's like, oh, it's meant to be here and I'm meant to feel like this, but I wasn't. So that's why I follow it more than so. And because also it's like, the end of the day, that's what's happening above our head. And shouldn't that be where you look? Like, I'm expecting, if you're telling me this is in Mercury's in Gemini, when I point up at the sky, I should be seeing Mercury in Gemini, not in Taurus. But it's saying Mercury's in Taurus, not right now, but that's my point. So it just doesn't really make sense personally. So I'm like, take all the astrology knowledge and place it on the sky so we can remember the sky. But obviously everything popular is wrong, and mainstream astrology has become so popular. So I know this won't be too popular because it just makes too much sense. But anyway, with that being said, I'm seeing a eye-opening week, really. An eye-opening week in terms of the direction you're gonna continue to go. So things will become more clearer. I feel if you have a project going now, or if you have a a partner, or you're in a relationship with someone but you don't quite know where it's going, I feel the steps will become clearer during this week, and there will be the beginning process of a death and rebirth will begin because Scorpio is there. But yeah, essentially that is it. I know someone's just hopped on, but that is it. It's just a quick transit really this week, and all essentially is going to be a-okay eventually, at some point, for all of us anyway. So yeah, I will do all the posts, so make sure you follow. I've got some exciting things coming, I really have. And yeah, with that being said, thank you for whoever watches this. I really appreciate you, honestly I do. And I'll see you next week. It's getting juicy. We're touching on Ophiuchus, so yay. See you next week. Bye.